Hey loves, in today's episode, we will be talking about how to stay purposeful and present as a mom while you are building or starting your online business. So I truly believe that as a mom, you have to make boundaries and you also have to set time blocking strategies and systems in place so that not only can you be more efficient as a business owner, but you can also be more present as a mom, because I know that you can truly have both. So I'm going to show you how. So let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome to the More to Motherhood podcast. If you have a calling on your heart to play bigger, to impact more people with your business, mission, or the team that you've created, but you can't seem to get there, then this is the perfect podcast for you. Together, we will rise by smashing the glass ceilings and stepping into our greatest potential. Hi, I'm Kristen, busy wife and mama of 3, top 1% network marketer, and your new sassy best friend. I believe that as a busy mom boss, you have what it takes inside of you to be an incredible mom and an empowered businesswoman. If you're ready to do the work, I'm ready to be your BFF and mentor you on this journey to help you create your 6-figure side hustle and beyond. It's time to uncover the more inside of your motherhood. Let's do this.
Okay, so I'm going to share a review really quickly before we get started. I love reading these, so thank you so much, Sunny Wade, for leaving me this review. It's titled Motivational and Inspirational. It's a 5-star review, and it says, Kristen is a mom like so many of us, busy with different activities for the kids, a house to take care of, a busy partner, but the one thing that is different about her is her amazing outlook and the sassy attitude to go with it. I felt so positive and ready to tackle new adventures in motherhood and just life after listening. What a great way to start my day. Thank you so much, Sunny Wade. I love hearing that. I'm so excited and definitely keep coming back to listen. I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys want to leave me a review, then take a minute to go to Apple Podcast to write a review and then tag me on Instagram, More to Motherhood, so I can see your review. Okay, let's dive in, because listen, y'all. The number one thing I hear most is that I don't have enough time, or I wish I had more hours in my day. I mean, how many of y'all have ever said that, right? So the truth is that I believe that you can intentionally use strategies to time block out your day and truly have the business that you want, along with a quality time for your family. So you don't have to sacrifice either your family or your business. You don't have to. So if you want to be and feel less overwhelmed and more in control of your business, you need to jump onto the waitlist for my signature course, the More to Motherhood Method, and get all the juicy details, which is rolling out soon. The link to join the waitlist is bit.ly/more to motherhood. And it's also in the show notes, so don't miss out. Get on there. Okay, so let's dive in. We're going to talk about how to be purposeful in your business and how to time block. I know this might not be the most exciting topic, but it is such a necessary topic, because one of the things I hear most, especially from busy mom bosses building their business, is I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough energy. And it's because we're moms, we're doing all the things, right? But I truly believe that we can have it all, okay? We just have to be super strategic in how we plan out our days. And so I love to time block. But before we get started on the time blocking, I wanted to share a little bit about boundaries, which I did share in episode 3. So you'll want to go back there and get my 3 hacks to create more time and space in your day. Those are some things that I like to do because I'm a busy working mama too. And so I have all sorts of ideas for stay-at-home moms, working moms, or even if your schedule switches up on you, right? We're going to tackle all of those today so that you can be super intentional about building your business alongside of a career if you have one, and the kids, right? So boundaries are super important because honestly, you want to set boundaries because they protect our time, right? So if you don't have a boundary in place, you're not protecting your time. So I talked about, faith, family, and business, the 3 pillars of your life to create boundaries. So I have boundaries with my team, and it's basically like if you want to get a hold of me, you send me an email. It's a really quick response back. I'm not going back and forth or leaving you a novel or reading a novel. Time is money, right? And energy, and we want to save that. So you're going to get a quick one-liner from me, straight to the point. So that's the boundaries that I have with my team. They know how to contact me. They know where to look for resources. They know how to find the information so that they don't have to depend all the time on me. But obviously I'm here to support them when they need it. The other piece is boundaries with your family, getting your family involved, I love to set goals and set that example for my children that we as adults can set goals and we work to achieve them. And then our children see that and they can imitate that, right? We want our children to set goals and work, keyword work, to achieve them, right? So I really feel like aspects of business and being an entrepreneurial boss mom alongside your career really demonstrates so many skills that our children could benefit from learning from us, right? They see us and they want to be like us or they want to imitate us. We're instilling those thoughts and those actions into them at a very young age. And so I just love that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So boundaries. And then I also like to involve my kids. Like I set a goal. Mommy's working really hard. This is the time mommy's going to work. This is our schedule for the week. And so I'm going to dive in to tackle all the different schedules that you guys probably have around time blocking. So time blocking might seem like kind of a silly topic because people are like, oh, well, you just time block, you just line it up, right? And you put it in your schedule. Well, first of all, you have to really ask yourself a question and really know yourself. And sometimes you really have to think about this. How do you function best? Are you best with pen and paper and a written calendar? I used to be that way for so long. I used to carry around a calendar that had a month at a glance and weekly, and I used to have everything written down in there. Now I have transitioned to Google Calendar, which I love. And I love it because you can color code the schedules, but you can also create a family email. And so if your spouse has a crazy schedule like my husband, you can share a joint email and your schedules will be added to each other's calendars. So that's really cool. I really like that. So if you want to set up like a family email and use Google Calendar, you and your husband can put your appointments in there and know each other's schedules so you can work around that. I just thought that was a cool little hack. And then I have my own Google Calendar where I have all of my work schedule. So I work my sign language interpreting business. And so I have that schedule already in there, right? This is how you're going to do it. You're going to get whatever method you use, whether it be a written calendar, like a planner and pen and paper style, or whatever platform you like to use for scheduling on the computer, if that's how you work. And you're going to first block out, if you work, put your entire work schedule in your calendar. You can color code it if you want. You can use colored pens if you're writing, right? But I love it to stand out, okay? And then you're gonna block your family time. So let me share with you guys how I block my family time. And everything is scheduled literally down to 10-minute increments sometimes with my kids. So I have my work schedule. I work 9 to 4:30 every single day. That's in my calendar, my Google Calendar. Then I have lunchtime. So sometimes I do schedule appointments during my lunch, because I'm able to do that. Then I have my family calendar. So any appointments that my husband puts in the shared calendar will pop up on my Google Calendar. But then I want to make sure I'm being a present, purposeful mom, right? So how do I do that? I set aside 10 minutes every single night of individual quality time with each child before they go to bed. So I spend 10 minutes with Riley, just Riley alone, no other kids allowed to be involved. So it's her one-on-one quality time with me so that she feels loved and meaningful. And then I have 10 minutes with Avery. And then I have Caleb gets a little bit more time because I feel like he needs a little bit more time. And it's up to you as a parent. Y'all know my son has autism. And so it's just really hard for him because he always thinks that the babies get more time. So I give him a little bit more extra TLC at night because he stays up a little bit later. So I give him 20 to 30 minutes and we read during that time. And then I'll let him watch one show of his choice with me. So that's how I block my time out every single night, Monday through Sunday. However, another thing that I like to do is every Monday I have a babysitter come. And so this, you may or may not be able to do this. Maybe you could do a babysitter swap with a neighbor, but every Monday night I have family time. And so a babysitter comes over and what we do is we rotate taking the kids out of the house one-on-one. So sometimes we take Riley out. Most of the time it's the older two kids. We'll take Avery out, then the next Monday we'll take Caleb out, then the next Monday my husband and I will go on a date night, and then we start the rotation process all over again. So we have a schedule for that every Monday night where we're spending that time, that quality time with our kids. And then sometimes we'll go out as a family on a Monday night, or sometimes we'll take the older two kids out to an activity that's age appropriate for them with just my husband and I. And so I have that scheduled on Monday. And then on the weekend, my son has sports. He has soccer. So we plan that soccer game. That's in the calendar. And then again, I have a babysitter come, or a family member, or a babysitter swap, whatever you want to do. And you could do every weekend or every other weekend, taking your child one-on-one out with you for like an hour. That could be going to the park, that could be going to a movie, going for a walk around the neighborhood, whatever it is. So that's how I block my family time. And it's the same time every Monday when that babysitter comes, every Sunday when, the babysitter comes to do something with my son or my daughter. So I block out that time intentionally. And I like to keep it the same time because it's easier for me. And then from there, I say, what is my goal for my business this month? How many hours do I need to accomplish that goal? So you have to be realistic with yourself, right? You have to be realistic and say, okay, well, if my goal is to get 5 new clients or 10 new clients, you should be able to work backwards from that goal and figure out how much time you need. So maybe you need 5 or 8 hours a week. I don't know. For me, I spend about an hour to 2 hours a day in my business. And that's just me, depending on the day, right? Mondays is a full day already with family activities, but I still spend a little bit of time on my business almost each and every day. And sometimes I take Sunday off or the weekends off. It just depends, right? But you determine how many hours do I need to work in my business to hit my goal, work backwards from that. And so let's say it's 10 for an easy round number, right? We need to find at least 2 hours a day during the week if we don't want to work weekends to fit that into our schedule. So for me, my time blocking hours are before my kids wake up and when my kids go to bed. Because you also want to make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're getting enough sleep, right? So my work time tends to be after my children are asleep. So I work from 9 to 10 or 9 to 10:30 and 30 minutes in the morning. I also listen to my affirmations and anything that I want to listen to, like podcasts, something educational, something with personal development. Instead of listening to the radio, I will listen to those on the way to work. And I pre-record my affirmations in my voice so I can listen to them every morning. So that's just another hack for you. Okay. So then you want to be more specific within your business blocks, right? So I have from 9 to 10:30, I have an hour and a half. Well, what am I doing in that hour and a half, right? Block out that time. Be super specific because you don't want to be sucked down the rabbit hole of social media. And then you're like, oh my gosh, all my time's gone. I got lost in an Instagram reel. So you want to make sure that you are being super conscientious of that time, that block that you have. So if you have an hour and a half, maybe, every Monday you reach out for 15 minutes to your direct teammates if you're in network marketing, or you reach out to your team if you're a coach and you have a team, or you reach out to clients to follow up. Block out that time and say, okay, 15, 20 minutes, this is what I'm doing. So from 9 p.m. to 9:20, I'm reaching out to clients. From 9:20 to 9:40, maybe I'm following up with people about who asked me about my business or who asked me about my product or asked me about my service, 20 minutes of follow-up. Maybe I'm going to work for 15 minutes expanding my network. And then, the last 10 minutes answering any messages that I may have before I go to bed. Okay, so that's just an idea. So once you have your block of time, then you break that block down into even smaller time blocks of specifically what you are doing so that you have a focal point, right? And if it helps you, set a timer on your phone. When I work with my team, we work in a group. Everyone is silent, but we work alongside each other, helping each other be accountable. And we have timers set for each activity, how many minutes we're going to follow up, how many minutes we're going to wish people happy birthday and make those connections, how many minutes we're going to expand our networking groups, Facebook groups, right? So it's all time blocked out. So now for those of you who are saying, but Kristen, my schedule is not consistent every day. It changes daily. I got you, boo, because I used to be that way too. My schedule used to change every single day because before I was interpreting all over. I would go to doctor appointments, hospitals, business meetings, and I had a very crazy schedule. So I would work for 2 hours here, 3 hours there. It was very hectic. So again, same thing. But what you're going to do is the night before, you're going to take 15 to 20 minutes the night before to plan out your next day, right? So say Sunday night, you're working Monday, you have a couple of appointments, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put in your family commitments and your work commitments, and then you're going to look at your time. How much time do you have left and how much time do you want to spend per day working in your business to hit your goal? And then you're going to say, okay, I have this 1 hour window here. Then break down that 1 hour window into what are you doing? 10 or 15 minutes of following up, 10 or 15 minutes of making connections, 10 or 15 minutes of whatever you're going to do, reaching out. The other thing too you might want to do that I find helpful, and once you get really good at it, you can create a lot of content in a very short amount of time because your creative brain gets flowing, is Sunday night, you can batch your content, your social media content for marketing ahead of time. So you can do from Sunday to Sunday, or from Monday to Sunday rather, batching all of your social media content. And what I do is I create all my content for the week. I know what graphics I'm going to use. I know what I'm going to say on each day. And I have it in a Trello board. You could put it in your notes. You could put it wherever you like. But I recommend doing it from a desktop and just having it organized somewhere in a spreadsheet, whatever you want. And then the next morning, your content's already done. You copy, paste, you post, you put a picture. And for me, I post 2 different things and that's it. One post goes in my group for my community, More to Motherhood community, which I'd love to see in there if you're not in there already. And then the other post goes to my personal page and Instagram, and then Instagram posts to my business page. And then I move content around. You do the content shuffle, which we'll be getting into that later. But this is how you can time block and save your time, okay? So I think I covered everything for you guys today. If you need help blocking and breaking down your time and creating a schedule, feel free to email me to schedule a time blocking breakthrough session at moretomotherhood@gmail.com, okay? So if you are I'm still overwhelmed, I don't know what you're talking about, I need some help, we can do a time blocking breakthrough session with me. Email moretomotherhood@gmail, okay? And then I know we dove into so many strategies today, but I hope this was super helpful and super clear for you guys because it is really so important. Once you have control of your day, you can master anything, right? So for so many more strategies, obviously, you guys, to take control of your biz and get even more in depth, being able to get it all done and work more closely with me, don't forget to join the waitlist for my signature course, The More to Motherhood Method, and get all the juicy details rolling out soon. The link to get on the waitlist is bit.ly/more-to-motherhood-method, and it's also in the show notes. Don't miss out. I will see you guys next time.
Hey mama, real quick before you go, if this episode helped you in some way, or you got value or learned something new from today's episode, or you just feel more inspired right now, the number one way that you can thank me is to leave me a 5-star written review. That is the number one thing I ask for showing up for you guys each week is a quick written review right over on the Apple Podcast app. I'd be so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Just know that you can create the life of your dreams and turn your passion and purpose into your paycheck. Until next time, mama, don't forget, you are called for more.